What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the We Want Florida podcast. We had a little week delay just because of the schedule of the Panthers, but we are back and we are 6-5-1, 13 points. I believe sitting in fifth or sixth in the division. Um, Up and down start. Last game, we have a lot to cover. We will get right into it. So, last game, I think where we left off would be Pittsburgh against the Penguins. 5-3 loss. So, first period was pretty nasty. Didn't have a good period whatsoever. Second two periods kind of picked up. I feel like that game has been a year ago. I really don't remember too much from it. But any thoughts on the game? Any thoughts on the homestand? How are we feeling?
We faced Jari that game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching that game. He had a really good game, I remember. Um, you know, we Penguins have been playing really good hockey right now. They look like they found the time machine. But no, Jari had a really good game that game. I remember watching that and I was like, wow, he's kind of putting on a masterclass right now. And it's like it kind of felt like it was like there was nothing we can do almost. It's like we threw a bunch of pucks at the net and Jari was just making save after save. And I was like, what are you gonna do, man? There's gonna be games like that where you gotta tip your cap and just say, hey, Jari had one hell of a game and here we are.
Yeah, what I remember from this game was just like J Joe said, Jerry just outplayed Bob. This was Bob's probably worst game of the year. He let in some ones he probably shouldn't have let in. But I thought they put like second and third period, Panthers played pretty well. They were getting back in it after, starting down 2-0. And this was the game of the two veteran players, one from each team who were incredible in that game. For us, Brad Marchand, he was all over it. He scored 2 goals and he could have had more, but Tristan Jarry played really good in that game, like we said. And man, Sidney Crosby looked like he's on a mission this year. Um,
Mm.
no, he hasn't made the playoffs in a few years. His career is coming to an end soon, not too soon, hopefully, but he's incredible right now, and obviously he's a
How old
top
is
five.
he?
He's probably like
35?
37, 38,
Is he
I
that old?
I
Wow.
think
maybe
he, I think
36.
he's I think he's 36.
Okay, so he's in the mid 30 range. All right.
Yeah,
I just, wow.
yeah, and he's
He had a
trying to
goal, I
pull.
think.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
he had
he's
two.
38. Wow.
Yeah.
He's
38.
older than Bob? I didn't remember
Yeah.
that being the case, but I guess that's wow.
Fact checked
Yeah,
it.
so he had 2 goals in the game, and he's just been on a mission trying to carry this Pittsburgh team. And it's so early, but if he could do it, that'd be pretty special.
Yeah, and Pittsburgh, like you said, they haven't made the playoffs, and for such a talented player, and I almost feel like, in a way, his career, it's tough to say, but when it's all said and done, he might kind of get, I don't even want to say overlooked because he's such a great player, but it, missing the playoffs for such a period of time could kind of hurt slightly his legacy. So I would like to see Pittsburgh get in the playoffs. But
Yeah, and one more comment, like Panthers had 37 shots in that game, and Pittsburgh had 17 shots. So he outshot them by 20. So basically means Panthers really dominated that game offensively. But then look, Bob made 12 saves in the game, and you're not gonna win like that. But we've seen you're gonna have those games, and we know Sergei Bobrovsky's not. It's not gonna happen when it matters most.
and I would say, like you said, 17 shots, and throughout this whole stretch of games, the defense really played good, not giving up many shots. And that game was just obviously an off game for Bob and lost. Simple as that. Then we go to Vegas, and Vegas was a great game, 3-0 win. Um, I did go to that game. It was a lot of fun. Pink in the Rink night. There was, I think it was sold out crowd. I think it was like uh, on Twitter. I saw that they had like the highest attendance of that night for all the games. So that was pretty cool.
Dude, Cats fans
Um,
been showing out, man, this year. I see every
it's
time it's like the percentage wise and it's like 100.7. I don't know how
yeah,
they always have like the 100 point. I'm like, dang, when we talk about a sellout, we got exceed 100. I don't know how that whole thing works, but it's pretty funny when I see over 100%. I'm like, whoa.
yeah, it is really crazy. So obviously a shutout win for Bob. So what I saw and we saw I always want to say Nate Schmidt, but Cole Schwint get his first start back as a Florida Panther um, that game. So he actually had a goal, and what I don't think was talked about enough was the play by Gadjevich on that goal. And he made a fantastic play to get the puck back and also make a pass and get it to the front of the net just to create that opportunity. So I thought that was a really good play, really good game by the fourth line, and that was just fun to watch. So any thoughts on the Vegas game?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. We talked about in the Pittsburgh game how Bob probably had his worst game of the year. He comes back and pitches a shutout, the next game, and this was probably the best game the
Yeah,
Panthers have
he
played.
did pitch a shutout, didn't he?
Pitch a shutout. He pulled a Yamamoto. He pulled
Yamamoto!
a-
Guys watching the
No, that's
Jays
good.
game.
You
Oh,
could
let's
use it
not
for
go back to
hockey,
baseball.
but yeah, I thought this was the Panthers' best game of the season up to this point. Probably played the best team. Vegas has been very good this year, and that was their first loss in
That was their
regulation.
first, yeah, first
Yeah, and
regulation
then
loss.
look, they put in Schwint in for Kunin in that game, and hey, what a start! Gets a goal. Greer gets a goal. Fourth line played well, so that was just an overall pretty good game from or really good game from the Cats. And yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, exciting. It's always exciting to beat a team in a shutout, but especially when it's a team of, Vegas's caliber, and the exciting. I mean, Jack Eichel's been unbelievable this year. Good Lord, has that guy been good? And then obviously you have, the addition of Mitch Marner or whatever. That team's hyped up, man, and they should be. They've earned the right to be. And man, to shut them out and you got questions about the Panthers season so far. Oh, well, injuries, they look great, whatever. And then you just come out here and shut them out 3-0. It's a good feeling, man. And oh yeah, if you're looking for somebody to talk about, a play Jonah Gadjevich made, buddy, I'm your guy here. All right. I full glaze all the time. Jonah Gadjevich, baby. That's the guy, bro. That's the dog.
Glaze.
And hell yeah, it was a great play. Hell yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then you always get the games against Vegas always feel big because you get the memories from the Stanley Cup loss, and or you think about playing Edmonton, you think about playing Vegas, Toronto, Tampa, teams like that. But we lost to Vegas obviously in that Stanley Cup. But there's a big reason why the Panthers won this game tonight or that night. It's because Mitch Marner was back in Sunrise, Florida,
Yeah.
and
Oh my God.
you know what
That's
you know
not
what
where I
happens
thought
when
it
he's
was
there.
going, but
So
okay.
we got it done.
Yeah, that was a really good
Oh,
game. Glad to be in attendance for that one. And
Squanto.
then we go to the Ducks, which was also um, home game. This whole trip, yeah, this whole trip was home. Everything. Okay. Yeah, so we got the Ducks, and Tarasov was in that game. Okay, my goal on this podcast is to say Tarasov gets a win. We have yet to say that, and it is a matter of time, I hope. But I was going to say a shutout. shootout. Game went to a shootout. Obviously, we saw I, I forget. I think it was Rodriguez, Reinhardt, and I
And
don't remember
Lundell.
who the Lundell.
Lundell.
There we go. That took the shootout. Reinhardt put it in the back of the net. Lundell, Rodriguez, no such luck, and that was the game Marchand was out for, I believe, um, due to the circumstances of his friend and what have you. So no Marchand for that game, and then also there was no Gadjevich for that game, I believe, and his injury we're still unsure about. Um, Unless you guys heard news on that, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't
I
seen
I haven't
what it
seen any
was
news on it.
exactly, but I
Yeah,
know he's gonna
so
miss the next few games also.
yeah, so no Gadjevich. We saw Gregor get in there. So we've seen some lineup changes. Obviously, injuries continue to be uh, haunting, I guess, and
Right.
obviously they're little. Some of them are game injuries, some of them are a week injury. But man, when you're already down some of these guys that we are, a game and a week injury feels like a 6 month injury. But and I also saw today, and Sam Bennett was not skating. I don't know if
Could
that
be
was
just
could be just like
just
a rest thing. I'm not
yeah.
sure.
I don't
I,
really
I
know.
think I think I
Precautionary
saw something.
or
Yeah, I
rest.
think I saw a follow up that he was gonna play, but we'll see about that. Anyway, back to the Ducks game, 3-2 game. Obviously, to get the extra point in a game that looked like it was over for the most part. I mean, obviously we know comeback cats, cardiac cats, whatever you want to call them. They're known for these little comeback wins or just to put themselves in the game. But
Yeah.
just do you feel like just to get a point out of this game was more than what you guys expected, or um, obviously I think last time we said that this kind of felt like a game that we needed to win, almost not needed to win, but was one that we should have won just to kind of get the momentum flowing. So how do you feel about just sneaking that point out right at the
Yeah,
end?
I mean, I wouldn't say I expected this or whatever, but with how flat the start was to this game, down 2-0 after 2 periods, to battle back in the third, Lundell and Reinhardt to get the goals to tie it, to at least force overtime, you'll take it. I mean, you want to win, obviously, but you gave your team a shot when you didn't have a great start early in that game. You give up a shorthanded goal, you give up a power play goal. So, but yeah, to force the point, and then you lose in a shootout. I mean, when I see a shootout loss, it's like, bro, it's like, come on, like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, I know a lot of people love the shootout. Not the biggest fan of it. I think it's fun, but
No, you're not a
it's just
shootout
like,
guy.
just games shouldn't be decided on that. But
I'm not
it
a
has to
shooter.
happen. It's kind of like Manfred Man, but like, kind of has to happen to make sure the game doesn't go on too long. But
It's almost like the free runner at second base in the regular season in the MLB. That
Uh,
kind
trying to speed up extra innings.
I'm not a shootout guy when Barkov's not on the team.
Yeah.
of.
But
That's
no, yeah, I mean it doesn't help when those stall goes perfect in shootout and doesn't let up anything in the back of the net. So, that hurts. But yeah, Panthers 38 shots. 0 for 4 on the power play, which sucks, but
Our play is atrocious.
yeah, I mean, but it's gonna take some time when you have a world-class player like Barkov out. So
Well, you're without
Oh.
two puck movers, Barkov and Kachuk. Kachuk worked it from down low, Barkov more in the middle to the outside. But yeah, I
right,
mean they're gonna have to find someone that could step up into that role.
And
yep,
they've
yep.
been playing around with it. Power play lines have been shifted. Obviously, regular just game lines have been shifted. So hopefully they'll figure it out. They'll see what works the best. And when you said power play goal and shorthanded goal, I think I saw something in the last four games, and this includes the Stars game as well. So from the games that we're actually covering in this episode, Penguins to Stars, I think it was they allowed only four goals at 5-on-5 hockey. I think that's what I
Yeah,
saw. Yeah, so
right.
that's a super super good stat, and obviously the Panthers are a team that like to take. Well, I shouldn't say like to take penalties, but they take a lot of penalties, and we've seen a lot of opportunities also on our way on the power play, and we just haven't been able to cash in. Penalty kill has looked decent, not great, not horrible. Again, decent, perfect word for it. So we'll kind of see what happens as far as the special teams aspect of it goes. And like you said, those stall perfect in the shutout, but then our guy Sergei Bobrovsky got get backs perfect in a shutout at a different team, of course. But we get the win over Dallas 4-3 in a shootout. Too many shutout. I'm getting all twisted up here, but we'll figure it out. So a good win there. Obviously, we saw Marchand put that game away in the shootout. That was a great goal through the five hole, and Bob perfect. So really good game there again against a really good team. Obviously, Ottinger wasn't in net. Um, DeSmith was in net, and we saw Reinhart get his 300th goal in a unique, I guess, fashion. Just kind of throw the puck at the net, get a bounce, and it goes in.
Yeah,
And
hit off the guy's
obviously,
leg.
we've said that the shot numbers are high, and actually, I think Joe was the one that said it, but they just need to put the puck there. And obviously, Kachuk was the guy that kind of just floated around the front of the net for rebounds and whatever the case may be, deflections. They need to get a guy there right now to be ready.
Yeah,
Let Forsling blast it. Let Ekblad blast it. Just let these guys blast it at the net and be there and be ready for it. And we saw a crazy bounce off of the Smith for Reinhardt. So I think they just need to do that a little bit more. Um, Almost have seen kind of one too many passes to try to set things up. Just get the puck on net. So um, agree with me on that.
yeah, for sure.
Are we in agreement?
Yep, yep,
Yes,
yep.
yes,
Yep,
yes.
for sure.
All
No
right.
doubt in my
So
mind.
so who's that guy? Who do you feel is that guy for the Panthers that should get up there in front of the net and I don't want to say replace Kachuk, but kind of play that role.
Well, it would be easy to say, you know, his buddy, old pal Sam Bennett would be cool, because I mean, who
He
better
has
to,
2 points.
yeah, I mean, who better to have replace Kachuk than Kachuk's Kachuk's bald buddy. Um, man, I want to see Verhage though, man. Like, I feel I don't know what it is with Verhage that is like different, but it's like a different vibe these past like 2 years. It's not I don't know, it's different. And if he could
And we've
take that
talked about
spot,
that and
yeah, if he could take that spot and then, some of those pucks, just a couple deflections, find the back of the net, it'll definitely boost his confidence, and we'll be seeing Swaggy again. So
so as far as the Bennett talk goes, I just want to and little off topic from the games, but we saw Sam Bennett get this contract and again, we say it over and over again that it's still pretty early in the year, but we are what 12 games in already? So I mean it's going fast. Do we feel like this contract that Sam Bennett signs, if he keeps producing at the regular season level that he is producing at, and obviously right now we're off to a slow start. I think it's 2 or 3 points. is this something that we're going to have to kind of look back on and say maybe this contract was a little bit of an overpay?
We're ever in the playoffs, there's never an overpay because that's just when he shows up. That's when he's at his best game. And I have confidence every single year that when we enter the playoffs, that Sam Bennett will become Sam Bennett and he's just gonna ball. No worries.
Well, one thing, it's way too early. Two, he doesn't have his number one favorite guy to play with, his line mate Matthew Tkachuk. Three, when you take Barkov out of the lineup, it means he has to play a different role. As you know, he started as the first line center. They've moved him, second line. And I've even seen him play on the third line
Third
center
line.
on the third line a few
Yeah.
times, which I'm not a fan of that move. I think even though he's struggled early, he needs to be up there. That's what you're paying him for. So, and one another thing is, like Joe said, we haven't seen him play in a playoff game yet. So with this contract, so no, I don't have any issues with the contract. I don't think we're even close to getting to that point. But um, I remember I said in the first episode of this new season, even though he won the Conn Smythe, I wanted to see something more from him. And we were saying Verhaeghe, Bennett, we want to see something more from them. And it is early, but we haven't got that yet from those two guys. And I think if this team, with how shorthanded they are right now, they're absolutely going to need it. So it's we'll have to see how
Yeah.
those two, we'll have to monitor how those two guys play for the rest of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, right now we're saying it's still early, but games are ticking and before you know it, it's not early anymore. So, uh,
I don't believe in that, but I
Yeah.
think it's still early.
you don't believe in No, no, I never said that it's not still early, but I'm saying games
No,
are
but it's
ticking.
like way too early still. Like way too
So
like
so at what point, okay, at
Yeah.
what point is it we're we're running out of time?
not anytime
Game
soon.
70?
Not anytime
No, no.
soon. Bro, like the Lightning suck right now. You think they're gonna suck for the rest of like it's way too early.
Yeah.
It's
Again,
there's so much that can take place in the course of a season and this
okay, so
but it's no
the
I'm my hand is nowhere near the panic button is in the other room right now.
Yeah.
And my door's shut and locked.
And
Not even looking at it.
and
I can't even smell the button.
the best thing
which
is
is
you yeah.
go
The
ahead.
best thing is you look at the Atlantic division we're in, right? Obviously the Panthers are in. No one, but the Montreal's played really well this year, but no one's been, playing to their level. Like Tampa has got 6 wins, 6 losses when you combine overtime losses. So Ottawa is without Brady Tkachuk. Boston 7-7. Toronto has the same amount of points as us right now, and they're a healthy team. And then
Well,
obviously Buffalo, but
minus Wool, but yeah.
yeah, but they still have a great goalie back there.
Right.
And then who cares about Buffalo? No disrespect to them, but so we haven't seen anyone in the Atlantic besides Montreal really take or really play to a
But
great.
that's not going to last. It's not going to last. So
It's
Right, but
yeah,
like
I don't think the Panthers
it's,
this whole
it's
thing will
you could say
last
that about the
either.
Panthers
So
as
it's
well, and there's
no,
no time to
and
panic.
I am saying that about the Panthers as well. But my question is, at what point does the panic button start to set? Is it, I mean, is it just kind of look and see how we play, and then we take it on a case by case basis? Is it if we're not seeing X production
The
by
only
game?
way I'd get into a panic mode is if I see a huge stretch of a losing streak, or just a stretch of bad play. But to me, like the quality of hockey is still at a good enough point where I think like things are gonna turn around. I don't know if you've seen some expected stats, but the expected goals are way higher than the actual goals that are going in the net. So those things will turn around.
yeah.
And team finishing right now is at I think Jameson all put out there was the team finishing was at 32 in the league. I mean, they'll turn that around. The amount of shots they get at the net, that stuff's gonna change. So once you get like obviously Barkov and Kachuk are out, but once you get Gadjevich back in there, and we got to figure out what's going on with the third pairing defense. But when we get there, I think we'll be fine.
That was another interesting move I thought was, um, oh, the new is it
Sobrano.
Sabrango, yeah.
Yeah.
So putting him in and pulling out Uvis Balinskis, why not pull out Petrie and let Uvis and Sabrango get to play together? Uvis has actually looked decent, and man, Petrie, I don't know. I'm obviously a veteran presence in the room and third line defenseman,
Yeah.
third pair defenseman. We can't expect a ton, but in my opinion, Uvis has looked a lot better than Petrie. So I would have liked to see that change up, which might still happen. It's still a
Yeah.
possibility.
I
It
think
was only one game, but
first on Petrie, like I don't think he's gonna be an Ekman Larson Nate Schmidt story, but it's like again, we still gotta give him time. But and then I don't know if this is fully true or not, but maybe they did that because they're both left-handed defense, so Brano and Ubis, so they don't want to switch. One of them's gonna have to play the other side, and I don't know if they're have been doing that
think
or
about that.
obviously
Yeah, I didn't think
Kulikov.
about that.
Kulikov's a left-handed defenseman, but he's been playing the right side for ever since he's been back here last couple of years. But you don't know if a guy like Uvis or Sobrano could do that, so that might be the reason. Not fully sure on it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. But overall, decent homestand. I think we said that of the first two games, Penguins, Golden Knights, get one. We got one. Obviously, we wanted the win versus the Ducks. We got a point out of that, and then got the 2 points versus the Stars. So 5 points on a possible 8 out of 8.
Yep.
So I guess not a terrible homestand. Now this week going on the road, we see the Ducks, the Kings, the Sharks, and next Monday, the
Vegas.
Golden Knights, Vegas. So we're going out to California, right? Everybody, Anaheim, LA. Yeah, we are
Except for
going to
Vegas.
California,
But yeah.
except for Vegas. So let's just go there real fast. The Ducks, obviously, we saw them. If Dostal's in net, I don't think Dostal has the game that he had. Um, Panthers should win this game. I when I say I expect them to win this game, it's because I feel like that 2 points needs to be earned. Obviously, things happen, things change, but expect them to win a game like that, and I expect them to win the game against the Sharks.
Well,
That
this is gonna be a very. Or you keep going, keep going.
no, go ahead.
Oh
I'm
yeah, this is gonna be a very tough road trip. Whenever you go out to the West Coast, it's never easy. Long flight and four road games. So, and look, the Ducks. I know we in the past say I'd look at them like that too. Like this is gonna be a win. They're a good team. They're 7-3 and
no,
1.
they're decent.
What did
They
I
have
say?
they have young talent like McTavish and Lacombe, and then they have veterans like Chris Kreider and Frank Petrano. And Chris Kreider, man, he's looking good. Doesn't look like New York.
Man, y'all better put some respect on Jacob Truba's name. Y'all better put some respect on the Ducks name. I've been saying
Like they're
this.
a sneaky team and they're a young team. It's got fast legs, so it's gonna be a tough one. And then LA, man, those games are always.
No, LA's tough.
I remember if I'm remembering correctly, it's always a close game, but it feels like never really pull out the win in LA. And then the Sharks, like they're obviously a team you should beat, but I believe, or it's not gonna be a back to back, but it's gonna be the third game of the road trip. They got some young players. Well, it's not just an easy win, and then obviously Vegas is really good. So this is gonna be a tough road trip, and hopefully, I'd take 2 out of 4 wins. Personally, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, I think I don't think I know. I've been on the Ducks wagon, man. I've been on the Ducks wagon. They're a good team. Are they gonna, be are they gonna be first in their division for the whole year? Absolutely not. That's in no world is that ever gonna happen. However, I do think they're a good team. I do feel like we get our get back though in this game for sure in a big way. Bob will be in net. Obviously, that's not confirmed. I'm not the coach, but we have we could definitely assume that Bob will be in net, and we're gonna bring our best stuff. Everybody, it's like everybody knows it's gonna be a hard road trip. Like Austin said, it's going to the West Coast like that, but I think
I,
everybody's gonna
I'm
bring their best game, and I think that so I'm talking about the Ducks game right now. I'm really taking it one game at a time, but I think this game's gonna be good. I think we're gonna have a really good game and just throw a bunch of pucks at the net.
we should, and
Yeah, one more thing on the Ducks is they hired Coach Quenneville, former Panthers coach, and he's the only coach in the league that has more wins than Paul Maurice all time. He's got 3 cups, so to add a coach like that to a young team like that, I think like Ed Joe is a good take on your part earlier in the year, and they're gonna be a good team this year. They got the right mix of youth to veterans that is good to see.
I think that we need to almost change our mindset a little bit. And I've been, and again, I know you guys are going to say it's early, it's early, it's early, but let's put our foot down and let's start going. I mean, I'm almost in 12 games in. It might sound crazy, but I'm getting sick and tired already of the, okay, let's go 500, let's get by, and obviously it's a tough road trip heading out there, but we're in the NHL, we got to do it. So I'm starting to get to the point to where let's pick it up. So I think four, obviously 2 wins, 4 points is, I don't want to say disappointing, but and you might call me greedy, but I want more than that. And obviously the Golden Knights are going to be looking to come back and do to us what we did to them. So if we don't win that game, I'm okay with that. I want a Ducks win, and I feel like you need a Sharks win. If you lose to a team like the Sharks on a tough road trip like that, I feel like it's just putting you a game behind, because when you already have a road trip like this one, you have to travel all those miles. You need a game like that, in my opinion, to say, okay, this is one, obviously, when we get there, but this is one that we need to come out and get a win, get the 2 points, and say, okay, this is a boost of the road trip. And then you have a game like the Kings that could go either way. Obviously, I think Darcy Kemper is a great goalie if he plays, and we'll see what happens in that game. But I feel like, and even if it's an overtime loss or a shootout, whatever the case may be, but let's just get some points in those games. So I hope it's a 5 or 6 point. I think a 5 or 6 point road trip would, I don't want, I guess, satisfy me as far as, okay, I'll take that. Let's come home and let's get moving.
Let's go
But
home,
I feel,
baby. Sorry.
let's go home, baby. But I feel like 4 points is almost selling them short. So that's my take on that. Rebuttal? No?
No, I mean, I don't think Austin said in any way like, this is the expectation. He just said, "I'll be fine with it. I'll be fine."
Yeah.
It's not like oh yeah, like, this is what I expect, we're gonna go whatever. It's like, okay, I'll be fine with it if we, it's,
At
for
the minimal, I'm cool with 4 points. Like even the best Panther teams don't have successful West Coast road trips, so it'll
Yeah.
be interesting.
I mean, I get it. I want more though, I guess.
Yeah.
But we all want more, but I want more for real. So um, we will see what happens there. Um, tough road trip. We'll see how we come out on the other side, and hopefully, maybe Tarasov will get in versus the Sharks and maybe get his first win or something to that effect. So we will continue to monitor injuries. We saw Brad Marchand come back. He will continue to play. That was not a injury related departure. So obviously, like we said, Bennett, not too sure what's going on there. Gadjevich, not too sure about the extent of the injury. So we'll continue to monitor that. Hopefully we can get some wins out on the road. So California, here we come. California
California.
love knows how to party. Panthers know how to party. So we will see you
Oh,
guys.
Gadjevich will not be on the West Coast road trip.
Yeah, we covered that earlier.
Oh yeah,
But
that's right. You guys did say that. Well,
What we
reinforce.
thought was breaking news was
We're
not breaking.
reinforcing points here.
so I guess he'd probably be back for the next home game, but
Yeah,
we'll
he'll be
see.
back.
Yeah, that's I think over a week away. So hopefully he is back for the next home game,
He's a dog.
and we'll continue to see some new guys in, some new line pairings, and we will see what happens. So for the We Want Florida podcast, we will see you next week. Let's go Cats.